Good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening. It's been a long day and a very interesting one. So it's a wrap for the end of day 2 of the ITGS, Table Grape Symposium.
Yeah.
And this afternoon there were some very interesting topics.
Yes, this morning was more about sustainability and water management and things like that. And this afternoon there was quite a few other very interesting subjects. And the three that was it 3 or 4? 3 that was very interesting to me.
There were several interesting ones.
Yes, but the ones that was very interesting to me is where they did analysis of having a number of bunches on the vine in particularly sable seedless. And what I understand that they are trying to do is in marketing grapes under a certain brand name, is that it needs to comply to certain characteristics. Now, it's not like apples where you can see a pink lady, for instance, but with this, it's about the taste and certain flavor profiles.
Flavor profile.
Yes. And they use sable seedless because it's got a very unique profile. Sable is incredible grapes.
Yeah, it's got that Labruska flavor.
Yeah, it's awesome. So what they did is they found that having less bunches on the vine meant better flavor profiles. And it kind of makes sense if you look at it in the grand scheme of things.
Yes.
So what we understood from that is that they would like to market a certain percentage of the crop as sable, if it's got those characteristics, and the rest will go under its more scientific name of sugar 16. And it's a similar thing with pink lady. Pink ladies with a certain percentage of blush is marketed as pink lady. Anything below that is crisp pink.
Crisp pink, that's correct.
Yes.
So it's a similar concept, but this is not a visual test. This is a flavor test. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to do because you can't look at it and make or get a sizer or sorter to do that.
Yes.
It's going to be a bit more complex, but certainly a very interesting concept. And then there was a lot of interesting AI stuff today.
Correct. And there was a gentleman called Carlos, who's from Chile, but he now works for Stellenbosch University, which is...
Yes, very
right, yeah.
interesting.
Where they're doing AI, using AI to predict certain things in vines and in bunches of grapes. And it's
incredible to see how we've all heard about AI, but how it's being applied in industries that we are familiar with, and to see the future isn't coming, it's here. This is what's being done. And then also the other interesting thing was what aerobotics is doing.
Yes, with their sizing app, the infield app that you just use a cell phone with. You don't even need internet connectivity, and you could do crop estimation, size count, size estimation. And that's not just on grapes, that's on citrus and macadamias and avos, and I think it's on apples and pears. I'm not sure.
I'm not too sure how, but certainly they are expanding it to many of the fruit kinds. We're looking forward to seeing the demonstration on Friday.
Yes, yes. And how Leon actually explained to us how they've actually physically measured berries and entered the data to start the process of this machine learning.
And also by comparison, seeing what you get when you do it by hand versus what you do when you use the techniques that they use, and seeing the difference. So it was very, very interesting. I mean, and they've certainly gone the extra mile to make this work, and it's very, very interesting. And the other interesting thing was the one with the Opti Harvest
from California.
Yes.
And we've actually seen their stuff when we were in California on citrus trees, but this was the presentation today was obviously towards grapes, and it's about how they've got a permanent plastic structure that goes over the trellis to shield the grapes from rain.
Yes.
And provide better color. The product is red, so you can really see it when you drive past. I've been following them on LinkedIn for quite a while. Really interesting things that they bring.
And how the color, the light coming through the color, affects very beneficially the growth of the vines.
Yes.
And also they demonstrated how when the growers are spraying grapes, how much of the chemical that's being used in the water disappears into the sky as drift, and just it disappears, and how this barrier keeps it on the vine and how much more effective it is because it goes only where it needs to go and not spread into the sky.
Yes.
So there were some very, very interesting technology discussions today.
Yes. And we had a good chat to a lot of new friends, old friends, and yes, we are ready for tomorrow, day 3.
Learning a lot, meeting a lot of people, and it's been fun and very stimulating. And congratulations again to Sati and Sasiv for putting this together. Well done, guys.
Yes. Right. Have a lovely evening.
Have a lovely evening.